Let the voice of poetry be heard. We hear too many words that are really meaningless. So in this brief reading, I'd like to raise my voice in poetry about the issues that Sean raised. And when I write about nature and earth, I am moved between the wonders that I feel and the worry that all of this is going to waste. I'm moved between the beauty of all the wonderful places and the beasts that are destroying it. So this reading will give you just a taste, and it's from the future collection called Pavans for the Planet. I wanted to call it Eulogies for the Planet, but that will have been very pessimistic, because I have some hope. I had a tremendous experience in 1983, when I was in a vision quest in the middle of the Adirondacks. It was a magical experience, and there was a storm, lightning, and the river was rushing, and there was sunset. And this gave birth to the first poem. Trees are bridges between water and fire. The burning boat going downstream brings home the crystal cold. And because either of climate change and other weird forces, this is a strange January. 60 degrees startled tulip buds, robin and finches consulting carefully. Groundhog sticks his head under the azalea, pulled back to bed by his mother. Snowman geese fly in circles, trying to decipher whether to fly south or north. Frogs disappear. Cricket in the attic sounds hoarse. A feather cloud escapes snow. In another summer, if you notice the poem, this is not about weather in the US. This is about the weather in Israel. And we have two seasons. One is the dry season, and one is the wintry season. And some wintry seasons don't bring too much rain. So keep in mind that this is about the Middle East. Summer's end. Release the sea breeze to repel dry east wind. Harry snakes and scorpions to their dens. Let the first rain wash dusty olives. Soak cracked earth mouths. Leave overripe watermelons, pumpkins, to fertilize the fields. Sweep with gentle showers, gravel red earth paths. Cover thorns with delicate pale surface growth. Fill plums with deep purple flesh. Pink grapefruit with luscious pulp. Wrap tangerines with thin peel. Blush the last tomato on the vine. Release the tears, held back to flow. Allow the grieving earth to open. And I kind of stole from somebody. Can you identify the poet?
No.
Rainer Maria Rilke.
Rilke.
The autumn was too long. This is the first line of the poem, but I wrote summer. And talking about beauty, this is a vision, a light in the fog. My small boat glides. The sun drops suddenly as my heart. Vast night sky wraps the forest. The blue lake surges with the moon. I'm talking about the moon. This is devoted to the moon. I wrote a few moon and sun poems, and this is one of the moon poems. The moon's face has been growing soft. Tears cruise her face, wrinkles slash forehead. Mountains once sharp and new have lost their peaks. Her canyons sank. Bitterness slumbers in her mouth. Narrow slots only to deliver night letters. She doesn't listen to her legends anymore. Her strata flabby. Even the daily exercises going around Earth do not help. So she's wondering, what will be the next millennium be? She asks and turns helplessly around herself. I have a strange idea. What happens if evolution regresses and goes back?
Oh my God.
I have a few poems about this, and that's quite an old poem, but the vision stuck with me. Maybe evolution was wrong. We are going back. Where? The city's finest birds are wintering their wings for crystal clouds, dusting hollow beaks with sand, lubricating the joints, embracing, kissing, dancing goldfish, swallowing them up, dry crab claws peering through rocks, growing feathers, vanishing plumage, wingless birds turning scaleless fish with a hard mouth in the mud into skinless lizards, the city finest birds turning into graceless feathers, smeared with tarred feathers. When I was in the Amazon forest, I was struck not only by the beauty and richness, but by the fact that it's been cutting down these are the tribes that cut down the forest. And at the north of the Amazon in Brazil, the Amazon is big, it extends into 3 countries. Manaus is a very interesting city. Used to be big, but something happened. Shuttered, crude wood houses on stilts in Manaus, Brazil, trapped by caked mud. A deformed golden frog is silent in the dying swamp. A lone pygmy owl shrieks alarm in the raised forest land littered with dead fish.
You can smell the dead fish in Paris too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The monk is suspended.
And in Philadelphia.
Oh, yes.
And when we were in Canada, we saw an exhibit by Emily Carr, and she's describing in her painting the forests that were cut, and this really impressed me and startled me. And I sat down, looking at the painting of the dead trees, and I wrote this poem, at least the beginning. Tomb stumps. Thousands of Douglas fir stumps, just logged, with unsewn bits hanging like wet dog tongues, torn flesh strips. Emily Carr called them screamers, but they can't whisper. Sap and soda stuffed throats slit. Morning stumps attacked by busy crawlers, sticking their beaks into the guts. Stumps letting out the last groan, freezing in the winter wind. Executioners take a nap under a long tree. A dozer casts a dinosaur's shadow on the bare forest. Crushed needles and columns, tombstones on the bed slope cemetery. So rather than a forest, it looked to me like a cemetery, which is all.
Oh, yeah.
A friend of mine was talking to his daughter, 10 years old. And that's what he said to her. Love, you're 10 years old, you've never seen the Milky Way. Every evening for 20 years, I strained my neck on roofs, coughing fumes from toxic sites. I ventured to Buxton and Montgomery counties and saw the flattened moon and stars, few and far between, low brown skies. We took you to the birthplace of Sichuan, China. The sky was non-existent between polluted rivers. I promise you, I will seek the Milky Way in deserts and on mountains. But I don't have much hope. Lana. The butterfly bush and red rose have bloomed again. Raccoons are shrieking mad on warm October nights. The creek climbs up the hill. Dry leaves fly back to trees. As I said, I'm petrified by the beasts that are destroying Earth. And again, what will happen if we won't have this nature? I traveled the last 2 years in Utah National Parks, and the beauty is just amazing. Not much trees, but lots of rocks. Wonderful. So anyhow, what happened, and who will sing a lullaby to planet Earth? Woods devoid of horned giants gobbling up babies, nor wrinkled witches turned into milk-skin virgins. Bigfoot still cracks humongous coconuts. Absent is the mystery of the golden prince riding an Arabian stallion, rescuing a pale princess. One is not petrified anymore by snorting boars. Gone are racing heartbeats in the thick canopy. Ancient trees butchered by Burger King, burned by hungry tribesmen, wide paths for tourists, marveling at the sign, past forest. That's a poem from Pavans for the Planet. This is the ending poem of the collection. The whole poem is devoted to, as I said, the beauty of nature and the destruction of it in different places, in different landscapes. And this is a fantasy, among others. Earth craves darkness, desires silence, no place to hide. Ripped ice caps expose secrets. Searchlights tear sleep. Gentle clouds pierced by jets and missiles. Earth belly violated by sharp drills of oil, metals, gas fracking. Crackling of million satellites, laser beams deafening whistles in space. Inner sanctum in the ocean of Mariana Trench, at 7 miles deep. violated by Cameron and his submarine. But on a quiet winter night, where no plane crosses and tracks have rusted, the planet falls asleep in fields, hugged by coral stalks under condor wings. Thanks so much.